day.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Tuesday at 8 on the Gulf Coast CW.
The heat is on, and the Saints got the fever. Watch Go Black and Gold every Sunday at 9 a.m. with Brian Holland. Go Black and Gold, only on the Gulf Coast CW.
Go Black and Gold on 55.1 and these local providers.
Black Lightning.
Monday at 8 on the Gulf Coast CW.
The world revolves around Sheldon. Move too close and you might get burned.
Howard, you know me to be a very smart man. Don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it?
He's thermonuclear.
Here, that's college ruled. I hope that's not too intimidating.
It's getting hot in here.
Your bottom radiates enough heat, I'm surprised there aren't iguanas lying on it.
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Amy, get the Neosporin. Somebody just got burned.
Get breaking news and weather coverage from the local team you trust 7 nights a week.
We could see 3 to 4 inches of rain total
on WKRG News 5 at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. It's local coverage you can count on.
This is the best
results.
Watch Gulf Coast CW over the air on 55 these other providers.
Get your first alert storm team forecast on these Cumulus Mobile radio stations.
On the Gulf Coast CW. WKRG News 5 at 9, 7 nights a week on the Gulf Coast CW. The following is a commercial program paid for by Avast Edge. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and are not those of Nexstar Broadcasting, Inc., this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Gulf Coast CW. Is where I love to be. Oh, there's something so real about living local, about the people and the places where we live. There's a pride around here that's been growing with the years, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. Just look at all the reasons why we call this home. And I'm loving living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Gulf Coast CW is living local. It's the only kind of air I wanna breathe. I'm living local and it's everything to me. The Gulf Coast is where I love to be.
Hey, I'm Tori B. Visit GulfCoastCW.com.
Drexel Gilbert is on News 5, and she's on the road. Join us every week as she travels all along the Gulf Coast, meeting different people and giving you stories you won't find anywhere else. Drexel Gilbert on the road, Fridays on News 5 at 5 p.m.
Supergirl.
Tonight at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW.
WKRG News 5 at 9.
The news where you live from the local team you trust in only 30 minutes.
7 nights a week on the Gulf Coast CW.
Watch Gulf Coast CW over the air on channel 55.1 and these other providers.
Catch tonight at 9:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
It's another march through the playoffs, and your Go Black and Gold team is tracking the who-dat the whole way. Tune in as we break down the plays, matchups, and reports from inside the locker room. Then sound off and make your opinion heard as we go Black and Gold every week on the Gulf Coast CW.
Friday Night Football Fever takes you inside the action. Get up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite high school teams from Hall of Fame sports director Randy Patrick and sports reporter Robbie Baker. Kicking off August 23rd on WKRG News 5.
From generation to generation, this great nation's love of the outdoors has been enduring. We honor this legacy and cherish its future. Outdoor America. Live
Saturdays at noon on the Gulf Coast CW.
Know your land, know your prey.
What are we doing? Man Tracker. Saturday at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW. WKRG News 5 and the Gulf Coast CW are proud supporters of the Boys and Girls Clubs. We teamed up with Green and Phillips for the first ever Gulf Coast Children's Book Festival to instill a love for reading. This summer, our on-air telethon brought in pledges of over $50,000. We help beautify club locations and watch the club's most outstanding youth be recognized. We encourage everyone to volunteer at a Gulf Coast Boys and Girls Club near you.
There's more to see in
Everyone sees we do have a dense fog advisory for southern Mobile and southern Baldwin counties. The National Weather Service did.
Stay aware with the WKRG weather app. Download today.
Join me for local news you can count on the Gulf Coast CW.
Get your first look at the news and weather coverage you depend on.
We do have breaking news in Pensacola tonight.
From the local team you trust.
But right now, it looks like...
Watch WKRG News 5 at 9, every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. The WKRG News 5 Investigates team, digging deeper and asking the tough questions. Accurate, local, determined. The Gulf Coast's strongest Investigates team. That's local coverage you can count on. WKRG.com.
I'm News 5's Blake Brown and Fairhope.
Get more than what you see on TV.
Rain chances are going to bump up tonight.
A full team, only online.
Construction continues here on Palafox Street.
Unique, original, faster, always breaking news.
Go to WKRG.com.
Breaking news here in Spanish Fort along Mobile
only
Bay.
Online, only on our app, WKRG.com. More local coverage you can count on. Get your first look at the news and weather coverage you depend on.
We do have breaking news in Pensacola tonight.
From the local team you trust.
But right now, it looks like...
Watch WKRG News 5 at 9, every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. The Kelly Clarkson Show, next on the Gulf Coast CW.
Also involved in preserving the Middle Bay Lighthouse.
So you can keep on doing what you love. And Tresto helps people stay alive and out of hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart so it may not work as well. And Tresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood.
Front passing our area will start to clear out those clouds on Sunday, but we could see a lingering shower or two. That will clear out for your Monday with cooler temperatures pumping into our area.
For a non-steroidal aromatase.
Access daily. Weekdays at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Cool.
Sunday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW. Monday at 9:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Look at each other.
I feel like I was never enough.
I'm never going to feel whole. I'm going to tell you why. Shut up.
5 days a week, Mel Robbins is taking control.
You said you wanted a light bulb moment, and I'm going to give it to you.
Taking charge.
This has got to stop.
And taking things head on.
I'm a princess. I should be treated as royalty.
I don't think there's any princesses in America.
Weekdays at 4 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Roadhouse.
Watch Gulf Coast CW over the air on channel 55.1 and these other providers.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW. Get more of The Big Bang Theory.
I am pumped.
Tonight at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
New Drew.
Today at 5 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Wrong, you just missed my point.
TMZ Live. Weekdays at 2 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Good times.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Tonight at 6 and 10:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
KRG News 5 at 9 gets right to the point.
With stories that impact you.
And an accurate forecast you can count on.
Get your news from the local team you trust.
Every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Tonight at 10 on the Gulf Coast CW.
And the King of Queens.
Tonight at 9:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Watch Gulf Coast CW over the air on channel 55.1 and these other providers.
Hi, I'm Cherish Lombard. Tonight on WKRG News 5 at 9, the weather is getting a lot of attention today with the possibility of freezing rain, black ice, and wind chill values of 5 degrees above zero possible. We'll break it all down. Plus, tell you about cancellations already announced due to the weather and how a police chase ended today in Baldwin County at 9.
Next count.
Tomorrow at 4 on the Gulf Coast CW.
New Drew.
Tomorrow at 5 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Don't get left out in the cold by today's hot real estate market. Stay in the know by tuning into the Gulf Coast CW for At Home in Northwest Florida on Sundays at 11 a.m. You'll tour some of the most amazing properties for sale in our region. At Home in Northwest Florida, Sundays at 11 a.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
Weekdays at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW.
When you want the biggest stories, only one name comes to mind. TMZ Live.
In protection.
Weekdays at 12 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Nobody knows better than the King of Queens.
Next.
Walker.
Thursday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Monsters can create. American Housewife.
Weekdays at 5:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Judgment for the defender.
Don't miss Justice with Judge Maybelline.
Weekdays at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. Tonight at 6 on the Gulf Coast CW.
We want to see it. Yeah.
Weekdays at 4 on the Gulf Coast CW.
TMZ is bringing the heat with the latest celeb stories.
Weeknights on the Gulf Coast CW.
Check the Gulf Coast CW Facebook page for events, giveaways, and me, Theo. The Gulf Coast CW is the best place to find things to do. Get entertainment
and news.
Only on the Gulf Coast CW.
The Gulf Coast CW has an amazing show lineup that's always entertaining.
And your first look at late news and weather every night at 9.
Get the best of both worlds on channel 55.1.
Including WKRG News 5 at 9
on the Gulf Coast CW.
The Gulf Coast CW is the best place to find things to do on the Gulf Coast.
I'm attorney.
Big Bang Theory, watch it all the time. And just in case you forgot,
You're in my spot.
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
We're doing it for the gram here at Gulf Coast CW, so like us and follow us for the best content on IG.
No matter where you are in this life, the roadmap to a truly blessed life is the same for everyone. Follow God, choose wisdom, and you'll be blessed. The path of God's wisdom is waiting. Andrew Womack can show you how to start that journey today. Practical application of the Bible for your everyday life. Watch Gospel Truth with Andrew Womack every weekday on this channel.
Looking for great events? We got you. Great places to eat? We got you. Want to take the kids out for family fun? We got you. Everyone already knows that the Gulf Coast CW is the place to get the best comedies, dramas, talk shows, and superhero action. But it's also your place to find all the awesome things happening on the Gulf Coast. Check us out at GulfCW.com or find us on Facebook. Always entertaining. The Gulf Coast CW is the best place to find things to do. The Gulf Coast CW is the place to find the best things to do. Go to GulfCoastCW.com or follow us on Facebook. Always entertaining.
I do love this job.
Yes, let's drew it. You're here now. That's fantastic.
And next drew, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Whoa!
Mondays at 4 on the Gulf Coast CW.
We the People delivers compelling cases
Tough love is some of the best love, right?
and firm justice.
Court is adjourned. Watch my new show, We the People, weekdays at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Meet one mom. It is amazing what a little love and a lot of white wine spritzers can create. Keeping it together weeknights. American Housewife.
Weekdays at 5:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
On the next Karama.
4 days ago.
4 days.
Your mother says, I don't think I'm your mom.
Yes.
Is this her mother?
She just didn't look like my baby.
And is he her father? On the next Karama.
Monday at 3 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Give in to the 7 deadly signs.
Yada, yada, yada.
It shrinks?
Enhance. Give in to Seinfeld.
Weeknights at 6 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Anyone, anywhere can record crimes as they happen, and we're going to watch them right here. Watch iCrime.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Teachers have always been impressed by me.
They don't seem happy about it.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
All rise.
We the People delivers compelling cases
And you are using her up and not giving her the same type of care in return.
and firm justice.
I am going to split the difference between the two of you because I think you're both wrong. Tough love is some of the best love, right? Court is adjourned.
We the People, all new with Judge Lauren Lake.
Watch my new show, We the People, weekdays at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Chief.
For justice. This is Bloodline Detectives.
Sundays at 4 on the Gulf Coast CW.
The Gulf Coast CW is the best place to find things to do.
On America's Court, Judge Ross always gets to the truth.
So something else was going on.
Always stimulating.
What are you basing that on?
Always fair.
Well, we're not at your school, we're in my courtroom.
And after 10 years, Judge Ross is just getting started.
How is that slanderous? It's not.
Justice with a smile. Watch America's Court with Judge Ross.
Case closed.
Weekdays at 10 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Keep that closure.
Tonight at 11 on the Gulf Coast CW. Saturday night at 10 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW. Sunday at 10 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
Join us at the Island Church every Sunday at 7:30 for Sunday on the Island on the CW.
Get good vibes from Bill, Jessica, John, Caroline, and Akivia to start your busy day feeling great. Weekdays on WKRG News 5 this morning. Trust what Ed says. Weeknights.
We don't have time for this.
Insanity.
Tonight at 11 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
You're concerned that she's not going to school. Did you stop going to school?
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
For you to come in now and somehow this is her fault is outrageous.
Compassionate.
The more you push her away, the worse it's gonna get.
She's powerful.
I think her concern is genuine. We will stand adjourned.
The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Weekdays at 11 a.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
TMZ! ASAP Rocky filming Rihanna's manager. He fell asleep in his car.
Do you feel sorry for this guy if he has narcolepsy?
I feel like he shouldn't be driving if he has narcolepsy like that.
Today's best celeb stories, TMZ.
Weeknights at 9:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
I'm Dana Winter along with meteorologist Grant Skinner. Tonight on News 5 at 9, we'll tell you how a beloved firefighter killed in a crash is being remembered and honored.
And a warming trend through the middle of the week, then they'll drop down to more average temperatures by the end. I'll have some more details on why coming up on News 5 at 9.
It's an adrenaline rush that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it comes to you from the Emmy Award-winning Weather Channel. Highway Through Hell is a non-stop real-life adventure.
What's the worst that could happen?
That puts viewers in the driver's seat on some of the most incredible severe weather road conditions and rescues ever recorded. Watch the next Highway Through Hell.
Weeknights at midnight on the Gulf Coast CW.
I'm Dana Winter along with meteorologist Grant Skinner. Here's what we're working on for 9 o'clock. We've got traffic alerts to tell you about. Find out where road work in your area could affect your commute.
And if you're not a fan of the chilly weather, some warmer temperatures for tomorrow. A spotty shower possible. Temperatures warming to the upper 60s for tomorrow. And we're going to get even warmer over the next week. I'll talk about how warm and your rain chances for this week coming up on News 5 at 9.
No matter where you are in this life, the roadmap to a truly blessed life is the same for everyone. Follow God, choose wisdom, and you'll be blessed. The path of God's wisdom is waiting. Andrew Womack can show you how to start that journey today. Practical application of the Bible for your everyday life. Watch Gospel Truth with Andrew Womack every weekday on this channel.
Changing direction.
All American. New episode Monday, January 23rd on the Gulf Coast CW.
Justice with Judge Maybelline.
Weekdays at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
In this job, you take your eye off it for 1 second. People can die.
Go now! Saturday at 11 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
We the People, weekdays at 1 on the Gulf Coast CW.
In a place that's superficial,
I want to punch this entire town in the face.
lives a mom that's super real.
Say please and thank you. Don't use any of the words Mama screams while she's driving.
American Housewife, keeping it together weeknights.
At 5:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
You ready for this?
Because we're coming to the CW.
Watch live starting March 18th on the Gulf Coast CW.
WKRG News 5 at 9.
It's the live local news you trust.
An accurate forecast.
All the local things to do.
And Hollywood news too.
Every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Trust what Ed says. Weeknights.
Watch iCrime.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Precise pressure
You may notice some tingling.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
results in a positive physical reaction.
You want to spank me?
You left me no choice.
I'm a very bad girl.
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
WKRG News 5 at 9.
It's the live local news you trust.
An accurate forecast.
All the local things to do.
And Hollywood news too.
Every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
WKRG News 5 at 9.
It's the live local news you trust. Local hero comes to the rescue.
And a little Hollywood news too. 2 videos she's posted all over the place.
And a weather forecast that lets you know when rain is coming. Get those umbrellas, you will certainly need them.
And all the things to do on the Gulf Coast. Get your family and come on out.
Get news, weather, and entertainment all within 30 minutes. A big name just announced
every night at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW.
With cameras everywhere, you can run, but you can't hide. Watch iCrime.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
You don't have to be a theoretical physicist to understand young Sheldon has a new time.
So I'm ahead of my time.
It would appear so.
All right, call me when you catch up.
Discover young Sheldon at its new time.
Starting September 4th on the Gulf Coast CW.
What if The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon aired together? Double the Sheldon, double the laughs.
What if I choke on my popcorn? Who will administer the Heimlich maneuver?
Watch Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory from the beginning on Labor Day, September 4th.
Young Sheldon at a new time on the Gulf Coast CW.
The new school year is here, and I want to surprise your teacher with a golden apple. Tell us what makes your teacher unique. Nominate them for a Golden Apple Award at WKRG.com.
The Golden Apple Award is brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Paul Birch. If you're looking for a rewarding career with a team and community who has your back, then go to teamsheriff.org and let's go to work.
My gut feeling is this is the tip of the iceberg.
You want to know what we care about? We care about the truth.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
The show the pros watch is coming to the CW. Inside the NFL.
Tuesday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Daytime Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Why waste your time on some dude who married somebody else, not you?
Don't miss Justice for All with Christina Perez.
Weekdays at noon on the Gulf Coast CW.
You can't resist the 7 deadly signs.
She had man hands.
It shrinks?
I was in a pool! You double dipped the chick.
Their bad behavior.
You don't think she'd yada yada sex?
Is your guilty pleasure.
She's one of these low talkers.
He's a bad breaker-upper.
Well, I don't want to sit there naked all by myself.
Give in to the 7 deadly signs.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Seinfeld.
Weeknights at 6 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
This is where it all happens.
I'm gonna take you into custody.
Under what charges?
Obstructing my court.
The emotion.
Yeah! Don't touch me like that.
The raw and shocking moments.
Don't press your luck with me, son.
You gonna sentence me?
You shut your damn mouth, sir.
Prepare to go inside the courtroom and witness what really happens. Court Cam.
Weeknights starting at 11. Late news that fits your schedule. Watch WKRG News 5 at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. Or stay up for WKRG News 5 at 10. No matter when you watch, get local coverage you can count on from the team you trust. Late news that fits your schedule. Watch WKRG News 5 at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW. Or stay up for WKRG News 5 at 10. At 9, Cherish and Roseanne bring you today's top stories and entertainment news. At 10, Peter joins Roseanne to break down your local headlines. And in both newscasts, you can trust what Ed says about your forecast and get local sports from Simone. WKRG News 5 at 9 on the Gulf Coast CW and WKRG News 5 at 10.
Oh, son of a critch.
Monday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW.
I'm Elizabeth.
Hey, Mr. Dillon. We're practicing your tune right now.
The first, the one, the only. Pawn Stars.
Good luck to you. All right.
Weekday mornings at 5:30.
There's been a murder.
What? The Spencer Sisters Detective Agency? Everyone says we look like sisters.
Sisters.
See? No one buys it.
The Spencer Sisters.
Wednesday at 8 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Give in to the...
Is this your first time here? I can show you around if you like.
I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose.
Picture someplace that you love. Where are you?
Sullivan's Crossing.
Wednesday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW.
There's been a murder.
What? The Spencer Sisters Detective Agency? Everyone says we look like sisters.
Sisters.
See? No one buys it.
The Spencer Sisters.
Wednesday at 8 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Big Bang Theory. Watch it all the time. So robotic and a bit neurotic. Part mechanical, totally hysterical. And just in case you forgot,
you're in my spot.
The Big Bang Theory.
Tonight at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
I've made a discovery that'll change everything.
Show me something.
This is a sensational season on the CW.
Did you guys have a good birthday?
Ain't mine.
It's cool.
No, it was cool.
Superman's house, hot babe.
Show me something.
What happened to your sense of adventure?
Show me something.
Life's got a way of showing you what your next move's gonna be.
Party's on, it's hot, and the crowd is jumping. Let's have some fun. Show me something.
Let's get ready to test your skills and get your game on.
We are NASCAR.
The crowd is absolutely deafening.
I'm a thief.
You and I are gonna get along.
Show me something.
Be gone, beast!
You're a bad librarian.
No, not bad. A bit naughty, perhaps.
Football is back.
I'm back at your board.
Show me something.
This is just the start of a sensational season on the CW.
Sold out crowd here to see this.
Whenever I won't not get had.
It's a great crowd, great environment.
NASCAR is coming back for another weekend of racing.
On the CW, baby, let's go.
The crowd is absolutely deafening. Off we go.
Absolutely incredible!
Oh, my heavens. That kid is amazing. We can go on and do great things.
Unstoppable, I gotta win!
Oh, my goodness.
It doesn't matter, you're still gonna win.
Let's go.
When nobody tells you, believe in yourself, power comes from within. Win. I gotta win!
One, two, three.
We come a long way, man.
We worked hard to get here.
Come on.
Welcome to the big leagues, bro.
I just hope you're ready.
Game time.
All-American. Monday at 7 on Gulf Coast CW.
Our southern weather is
In a place that's superficial.
We were just talking about you behind your back. I want to punch this entire town in the face.
Lives a family that's super real.
Can we have him?
We could use a smart blonde in the family.
With a super mom.
Say please, excuse me, and thank you. Don't use any of the words Mama screams while she's driving.
Keeping it together weeknights.
It is amazing what a little love and a lot of white wine spritzers can create.
American Housewife.
Weekdays at 5 on Gulf Coast CW.
The light bulb in this oven is ridiculously bright.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I'm like a human AI.
You're not supposed to drink alcohol when operating heavy machinery.
What heavy machinery?
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Welcome to the party. We all make this show together. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're gonna meet here. You can feel the energy in this room. Every single person needs to be included in these conversations. Let's do this! Let's make everyone's day a little brighter.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on Gulf Coast CW.
She's a thief and a con artist.
It's the hit show critics are calling fresh and fiery.
You got some game.
And a damn good time. Wild Cards.
Wednesday at 7 on the Gulf Coast CW. Justice for All. Weekdays at noon on Gulf Coast CW.
For us to unlock the phone and get to these results. 720,000 calls.
You were trying to sleep with him at the same time.
Found 8,000 text messages.
But I'm the crazy one, right?
You can't delete the seat.
Weekdays at 3.
I'll make a deal that sounds like a sure thing, but they never are.
To make money in my business, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. Buy low, sell high, and keep the goods moving. But I'll buy anything if the price is right. It's all part of the game. I live for the deal. I am the liquidator.
Weekday mornings at 5:30 on Gulf Coast CW.
Jerry! He wants to talk about Jerry! He wants to talk about Jerry! Jerry!
Now I know what I've been looking for all these years. Myself. I've been waiting for me to come along. And now I've swept myself off my feet. We're like children. We're not men. Come on, Elaine.
No.
Elaine.
No.
But I don't want to be a pirate. I don't want to be a cowboy. I don't want to be Switzerland. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Weeknights at 6 on the Gulf Coast CW.
No soap opera.
This is inappropriate.
No lying.
This is a problem.
Judge Hatchett has seen it all, and with over 20 years on the bench, she knows when someone is trying to get away with it.
Do you think that you are giving off the vibes of being a victim?
Never predictable, always powerful. Don't miss The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Weekdays at 11 on Channel 55.1.
All rise. No soap opera.
Do I need to come down there?
Judge Hatchett has seen it all.
I guess. I told him.
You guess.
Don't miss The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Weekdays at 11 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Thursday. Your favorite wacky, flappy, and all-around crazy animals are back. World's funniest animals.
The light bulb in this oven is ridiculously bright.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I'm like a human AI. You're not supposed to drink alcohol when operating heavy machinery.
What heavy machinery?
Sheldon, you're wrong, Howard. You know me to be a very smart man. Don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it?
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6:30 on the Gulf Coast CW.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I have an IQ of 187. I'm sure I can figure out whatever's troubling you.
My water broke. I'm in labor.
Oh, dear.
Today at 5:30 on Gulf Coast CW.
I'm attorney Dave. You could win $2,500 and so much more. Watch Young Sheldon and look for the character of the day. Text it to 55225 or visit youngsheldon.com. Yes! The top 25 countdown sweepstakes.
Weekdays at 5:30.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
It occurred to me that Maxwell's equation.
Sheldon, do you really have to do that here?
If the management didn't want me to solve unified field theory, why would they give me a cram?
How come Sheldon doesn't help with the dishes? When you do their taxes, I'll do the dishes.
Should science have any limitation? What if we were to clone Albert Einstein?
At some point, I'm going to need a sidekick.
How can you be so smart and so clueless at the same time?
Weekdays at 5:30 on Gulf Coast CW. WKRG News 5 at 9 on Gulf Coast CW. Your live local news, weather, and sports 1 hour earlier. Find us on Channel 55.1.
Today, Clemson hits the road to clash with Pitt. Then, Stanford takes their game cross-country to face powerhouse North Carolina. CW Courtside Saturday.
Today at 11 on Channel 55.1.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
Weekdays starting at 10. Court Cam, Channel 55.1. iCrime, weeknights at 10 on Channel 55.1. Justice for All, weekdays at noon on Gulf Coast CW. Over the air Channel 55.1 or check for
One, two.
How bad is it?
It's not good.
Will you marry me?
We don't have time for this. Insanity.
This is the end of the world.
When is it now?
Tonight at 11 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
We are trial lawyers.
It's the first day of school. I do not want to screw it up.
Jordan, you're gonna be an amazing coach.
Like, come on, who would have thought we'd be here?
Coach's son. That explains the power trip.
Khalil's a good kid. He just needs somebody to believe in him.
My dad was a winner. There was not a single life that he didn't have an impact on.
We're here to win.
I
I love football.
I want you to come play for me.
All American, coming Wednesdays to Channel 55.1. Over-the-air Channel 55.1 or check for CW on your channel guide.
In a place that's superficial.
We were just talking about you behind your back. I want to punch this entire town in the face.
Lives a family that's super real.
Can we have him?
We could use a smart blonde in the family.
With a super mom.
Say please, excuse me, and thank you. Don't use any of the words Mama screams while she's driving.
Keeping it together weeknights.
It is amazing what a little love and a lot of white wine spritzers can create.
American Housewife.
Over-the-air Channel 55.1 or check for CW on your channel guide.
The light bulb in this oven is ridiculously bright.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I'm like a human AI.
You're not supposed to drink alcohol when operating heavy machinery.
What heavy machinery?
Sheldon, you're wrong. Howard, you know me to be a very smart man. Don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it?
The Big Bang Theory.
Over-the-air Channel 55.1 or check for CW on your channel guide.
The light bulb in this oven is ridiculously bright.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I'm like a human AI.
You're not supposed to drink alcohol when operating heavy machinery.
What heavy machinery?
The Big Bang Theory.
Over-the-air Channel 55.1.
The first 48.
Channel 55.1.
Meet Bob and Abishola. Bob runs a business manufacturing socks. And Abishola is a nurse from Nigeria.
Yes!
When Bob had a small health scare,
It's gonna be okay. It's just gas.
Mom, I'm had a heart attack.
his heart felt something else too.
You look like an angel.
Now with Abishola's community and Bob's nutty but well-meaning family, they're bringing their cultures together to make their own sweet love story. Bob Hart's Abishola.
Over-the-air Channel 55.1. The Gulf Coast CW comedy block could be right for you. Side effects include sudden bursts of laughter and spontaneous dance routines.
Yeehaw!
Sweet. That's always
The Gulf Coast CW comedy block, weekdays from 4 to 7 midnight. You have a court date every weekday on Gulf Coast CW. You'll get America's Court first with Judge Ross at 10. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is on the docket from 11 to 12. Court Ordered Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez at noon. We the People get their day in court at 12:30 with Lauren Lake. You can't object to Court Cam with Dan Abrams at 1:30. Then it's a full hour of justice with Judge Maybelline in session at 2. It's a 5-hour court block 10 to 3 every weekday on Gulf Coast CW.
This is where it all happens.
I'm gonna take you into custody.
Under what charges?
Disrupting my court.
The emotion.
Don't touch me like that.
The raw and shocking moments.
Don't press your luck with me, son.
You gonna sentence me?
Just shut your damn mouth, sir.
Prepare to go inside the courtroom and witness what really happens. Court Cam.
Over-the-air Channel 55.1. You have a court date every weekday on Gulf Coast CW. Watch America's Court with Judge Ross, The Verdict with Judge Hatchett, Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez, We the People with Lauren Lake, Court Cam with Dan Abrams, and Justice with Judge Maybelline on Gulf Coast CW.
911, where's your emergency?
It's not every day a former NBA player ends up on a missing persons poster.
This was a planned assassination.
Dropped her kids off at school and she was never seen again.
This is the biggest break that the case has seen.
We don't get cases of this magnitude often.
How could you have murdered my son?
We're not afraid of the truth. The truth will set you free. Crime Nation.
Coming Thursdays to the Gulf Coast CW.
We
The NASCAR Xfinity Series. The pressure is ramped up.
This is how we do it in Xfinity, boys!
This is my time!
Coming Saturdays to the Gulf Coast CW.
Welcome, everybody! Everything is possible in January.
What elevates life every day?
It's about finding yourself.
Yes.
Accept it all.
It's a choice. Yeah, friendship is such a big one.
This January.
Spend more time with the people you love.
New Drew, new you.
Okay, ready?
Weekday mornings at 6 on Channel 55.1.
GMFB Overtime is the place for the NFL playoffs. We're talking predictions, player projections, and post-game breakdowns leading up to the Super Bowl.
Let the games begin. Weekdays at 9 on Channel 55.1.
A call came in. It's a good one.
Dad, I'm surrounded by rookies.
We've got a major problem, Detective Hickman.
What is it?
We're out of crime scene tape.
I hired a detective who is chomping at the bit to take the next step in his career.
Oh, no. This is my little brother, Henry.
And what about my shield?
It's on order.
I'll buy you one from the toy store.
Y'all married?
Oh, God.
Brother and sister.
Good cop, bad cop. Coming Wednesdays to the Gulf Coast CW. WKRG News 5 at 9 on Gulf Coast CW. Your live local news, weather, and sports 1 hour earlier. Watch every night at 9 on Channel 55.1. Get the answers you're looking for.
The community is demanding solutions.
The stories that matter in your neighborhood. And the next big thing in your weather forecast. Watch WKRG News 5 at 9 on Gulf Coast CW, Channel 55.1, or check for CW on your cable, satellite, or streaming channel guide.
Anyone, anywhere can record crimes as they happen, and we're going to watch them right here.
He just took his car.
With cameras everywhere, you can run, but you can't hide. Watch iCrime.
Weeknights at 10 on Channel 55.1.
Wednesday on the CW. Inside the NFL covers the playoffs with style.
Bill Belichick, dressed like me? So this is what we're doing, Coach? That's what we're doing.
Bringing you postseason coverage with expert analysis.
I can't wait. I got chills.
Inside the NFL.
Over the air, Channel 55.1, or check for CW on your channel guide.
She's full of unexpected surprises.
Sounds like it may be a little jealousy going on, girl.
She's friendly, firm, and always fair.
She did what was healthy for her. She's not ready. She doesn't know what she wants herself.
Justice is always served in Judge Maybelline's courtroom.
That's her business. That's none of your business. You put your foot in your mouth, honey. You wrote a check that your behind couldn't cash.
Don't miss Justice with Judge Maybelline.
Over the air, Channel 55.1, or check for CW on your channel guide.
This week on Karamo.
I want a DNA test. I don't know this girl.
We're bringing blood. What we do have is the DNA truth.
Stand on this truth right here. Listen,
Sweat.
He slept with a female in my car.
Is this the first time you ever found evidence of him cheating?
He also slept with my cousin.
Your cousin?
And videotaped it.
And tears. This is all the text messages my investigator found.
I do what I want to, Karamo.
All new shows, all this week.
Monday at 3 on Channel 55.1.
Detective Benson is Detective Stabler.
My gut feeling is this is the tip of the iceberg.
So let's go crash his party. Why don't we care about? We care about the truth.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
We gotta throw everything at this.
I'm Detective Benson. This is my partner, Detective Stabler.
My gut feeling is this is the tip of the iceberg.
So let's go crash his party.
Mother's dead, baby's dead, you killed them both.
It's not much fun being hunted down, is it? Why don't we care about? We care about the truth.
Sunday at 10 p.m. on the Gulf Coast CW.
Jerry! Jerry! He wants to talk about Jerry! He wants to talk about Jerry! Jerry! Jerry!
Now I know what I've been looking for all these years. Myself. I've been waiting for me to come along. And now I've swept myself off my feet. We're like children. We're not men. Come on, Elaine.
No.
Elaine.
No.
But I don't want to be a pirate. I don't want to be a cowboy. I don't want to be Switzerland. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Over the air, Channel 55.1, or check for CW on your channel guide.
This is your opportunity to tell your side of the story.
For homicide detectives,
I'm gonna get straight to the point. Where did you fire your shot?
their chance for solving a murder is cut in half.
Everything points back to this guy.
If they don't get a lead,
Tell me exactly what he told you to do.
within the first 48 hours. The New York Times calls it near-perfect television.
You just go in hoping and praying that you're going to help that family get that closure.
The First 48.
Weeknights at midnight.
Looking good is more important than looking where you're going.
When are you going to do that, Dave?
Is there an event on?
Grand touring.
Oh, man! Oh, that's to release it, you muppet!
We've only had one minor fire.
All rise. No soap opera.
This is inappropriate.
No lying.
This is a problem.
Judge Hatchett has seen it all, and with over 20 years on the bench, she knows when someone is trying to get away with it.
Do you think that you are giving off the vibes of being a victim?
Never predictable, always powerful. Don't miss The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Weekdays at 11 on Channel 55.1.
When you want the biggest stories, only one name comes to mind.
Welcome to TMZ Live.
We break the stories that the world wants to talk about first.
We broke a story. There have been arrests made in the death of Matthew Perry.
Accurate news and enthralling stories from the heart of Hollywood straight to you.
We broke a story that Diddy got arrested. I have never read 14 pages that contained so many shocking allegations.
Over the air Channel 55.1.
True crime news, murder mysteries.
I raised the gun and I pulled the trigger.
Deadly secrets.
These are dentists. These aren't the Sopranos.
Exclusives from some of the biggest true crime cases.
They tried to destroy us.
Crime's most talked about new series, True Crime News.
Over the air Channel 55.1.
Grab your fuzzy balls and come with me. Who has more fun than us?
Everybody.
Wild cards.
Coming Wednesdays to the Gulf Coast CW.
WKRG News 5 at 9 on Gulf Coast CW. Your live local news, weather, and sports 1 hour earlier. Watch every night at 9 on Channel 55.1. Get the answers you're looking
A
for.
community is demanding solutions.
The stories that matter in your neighborhood. And the next big thing in your weather forecast. Watch WKRG News 5 at 9 on Gulf Coast CW, Channel 55.1, or check for CW on your cable, satellite, or streaming channel guide.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
It occurred to me that Maxwell's equation.
Sheldon, do you really have to do that here?
If the management didn't want me to solve unified field theory, why would they give me a cram?
How come Sheldon doesn't help with the dishes? When you do their taxes, I'll do the dishes.
Should science have any limitations? What if we were to clone Albert Einstein?
At some point, I'm going to need a sidekick.
How can you be so smart and so clueless at the same time?
Over the air Channel 55.1 or check for CW on your channel guide. Is the Gulf Coast CW comedy block right for you? Ask your dental hygienist today.
You're an anti-dentite.
Side effects include sudden bursts of laughter, unexplainable noises, and spontaneous dance routines.
Yeah! Sweet. That's
Watch Bob Hart's Abishola, American Housewife, Young Sheldon Seinfeld, and The Big Bang Theory. The Gulf Coast CW comedy block. Weekdays from 4 to 7 on Channel 55.1.